television in Africa.
PACIS TV, ta vie renouvelée en Jésus-Christ.
PACIS TV, the #1 Catholic television in Africa.
PACIS TV, ta vie renouvelée en Jésus.
Hello and welcome back once again on PACIS TV Live. This is the time for the news in English. I am Benjamin Kwizera and these are the headlines. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, undertakes a working visit to Botswana. In Nyanza district, Christians are reminded the significance of commemoration of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. Rwanda hosts the second edition of AG Pact Forum to discuss different justice matters across Africa. In international news, Pope Leon XIV celebrates his first year anniversary as the leader of Catholic Church all over the world. Thank you very much once again. Welcome back in the news in details. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, undertakes a two-week state visit in Botswana. News in detail. The President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, is undertaking a working visit to Botswana from 6th of May up to 7th of May 2026 at the invitation of his counterpart, Duma Gideon Boko. This visit was preceded by the second session of the Rwanda and Botswana Joint Permanent Commission for Cooperation, JPCC, held on the 4th of May until 5th of May 2026, aimed at strengthening both countries' commitment to productive bilateral cooperation. This visit marks an important step in advancing relations between Botswana and Rwanda, particularly in promoting mutually beneficial economic cooperation. It builds on progress made since 2019 visit, including the agreement to establish the JPCC as a framework for deepening collaboration between the two nations. During the visit, the two leaders are expected to hold discussions focusing on technology-driven trade, tourism, livestock vaccines, transport infrastructure, and cooperation in the diamond value chain. President Paul Kagame is also scheduled to visit the Botswana Diamond Training Company, DTCB. Several agreements are expected to be signed during the visit, including those related to the trade and investment, as well as cooperation between the Botswana Investment and Trade Center BITC and the Rwanda Development Board RDB. A double taxation avoidance agreement will also be signed to facilitate trade and investment between the two countries. A business and investment forum was held on 5th of May 2026, bringing together investors and various leaders to explore new opportunities for partnership. President Paul Kagame is accompanied by ministers, senior government officials, and a delegation of business leaders in a continued effort to strengthen bilateral cooperation. President Paul Kagame is together with First Lady Jeannette Kagame. Last paid a two-day work visit to Botswana on the 27th of June 2019, where they were received in the capital city, Gaborone, by then President Makugwetsi Elike Kapwetswe. On his second day of visit in Botswana, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, emphasized that Africa needs right people to implement its goals. News in detail.
President Paul Kagame said that Africa does not lack talent or good ideas, but at different times it has lacked people to implement its goals. He emphasized that based on the governance models of Rwanda and Botswana, the two countries can help bridge the governance gap facing the continent. Africa is the continent with the largest amount of natural resources underground, especially minerals, yet it remains the poorest continent in the world. On several occasions, President Kagame has pointed out that Africa should unite its efforts so that what it needs is produced within its own countries. instead of exporting raw materials to industries on the other continents and then buying back finished products at high prices. While speaking at a dinner held at Royal Area in Botswana during 2-day working visit on May 6, 2026, President Kagame said that Rwanda and Botswana share a strong relationship, particularly in their common vision on governance. President Kagame said that he believes that sustainable development is achieved through purposeful governance, accountability, and focus on well-being of our citizens, then shared values reflected on broader vision of our continent. He added that young people across the continent need opportunities to improve their livelihood, and leadership plays a key role in this. He said young people in Kigali, Gaborone, and across continent need the same thing, equal opportunities to succeed and improve their lives. It is our responsibility as leaders to create systems that make this possible. President Kagame stressed that this is what both countries are striving for, and this is why such visits are important. On the first day of visit, Rwanda and Botswana signed cooperation agreements in various sectors, including agreements to avoid double taxation, visa exemption for citizens of both countries, as well as agreements in air transport, economy, trade, and investment. The Rwanda Development Board (RDB) also signed agreement with its counterpart in Botswana, with further engagement expected in the evening. On May 7, President Kagame is scheduled to visit Botswana Diamond Trading Company located in capital Gaborone.
From Botswana, coming back to Rwanda. In Kabgayi, His Lordship Balthazar Ntivuguruzwa, the Bishop of Kabgayi Diocese, urged people, especially workers who have particular jobs, to be committed to their work and always work adequately their work without waiting for other people to push them to do their responsibilities. News in detail.
During the Labor Day celebration in the Diocese of Kabgayi, the Bishop of Diocese, Balthazar Ntivuguruzwa, encouraged workers across various sectors to stop working for the eye. Instead, he urged them to carry out their duties as divine calling, emulating Saint Joseph, the model of all workers. The diocesan level celebration of International Labor Day began with the Holy Mass presided over by Bishop Balthazar Ntivuguruzwa. A representative of the employees working within the diocese expressed gratitude for the way the Diocese Kabgayi cares for its staff. He noted that although challenges exist, they do not prevent us from continuing to fulfill our responsibilities well and maintaining a spirit of selflessness in building quality work. We thank our leaders and assure them that as employees, we will continue to be characterized by integrity in our work so that what we do benefits the diocese and our country. In his homily, Bishop Ntivuguruzwa asked employees to love their work and approach it as a vocation rather than doing it just to please supervisors. He emphasized that the work is a tool for both social connection and spiritual growth. Work helps us build a better world and help us develop it. Work connects us with others so we can collaborate. Transform everything you do into a prayer. Brothers and sisters, strive to be people of integrity and do good. Fulfill our responsibilities and complete your tasks fully. Currently, the Diocese of Kabgayi employs over 1,000 people who report to work daily. These employees serve in various vital sectors, including health services, education, business and commerce.
From Kabgayi to Nyanza, Christians are reminded the significance of commemoration. News in detail.
Here is an Holy Mass held at Nyanza Parish marked the beginning of 32 commemoration ceremony honoring the priests and religious men and women who were killed during the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. The commemoration brought together clergy, government officials, families of the victims, and the members of faithful to reflect on the lives lost and to pay tribute to their legacy of service. Redemptor Uwimana, representing families of the priests and religious members buried at the memorial sites, described the commemoration as a significant moment of remembrance and the respect of the victims, as well as an opportunity to reflect on Rwanda's painful history.
While you were still alive in this world, both for us and for the faithful you were entrusted with, we should never forget the kindness you showed us, your families and Christians you guided and taught the word of the God. That's why today we came here bringing flowers as a symbol of the love we continue to hold for you.
kandi tukibakunda.
The Executive Secretary of Nyanza District, Kamana Jean-Marie, shared his personal testimonies, noting that he was led by members of Catholic Church. He emphasized the continued collaboration between Catholic Church and the government institutions in protecting citizens and preventing genocide ideology.
Kaseri Françoise yandeze mfite imyaka 3.
As Sister Françoise raised me when I was 4 years old, and Sister Augustine as well, we assure you that both the government and the church will continue to work together so that every citizen and every believer is protected from the genocide ideology that led Rwanda into 1994 genocide against Tutsi.
Jenoside yakorewe Abatutsi mu mwaka w'1994.
Speaking during the ceremony, His Excellency Bishop Jean Bosco Ntagungira of Butare Diocese noted that the commemorating during the Easter period offers spiritual comfort and saints' faith. He emphasized the importance of unity between Catholic Church and the state in preserving memory and preventing the recurrence of such atrocities.
Ariko rero n'ibihe bya Pasika icyo kigiye kidukomeza igihe cyose twibuka.
In this Easter period, let us be strengthened as we commemorate. Let us remember while focusing on the Lord's Passover, reflecting on the words He spoken to His disciples when they were in fear after His death and burial, and how He later appeared to them saying, "Peace be with you. Do not be afraid. I have overcome." Therefore, let us take comfort, because as a country and a church, when we are united, we must reflect on these memories and prevent anything that could lead to their repetition.
Kugira ngo tuzirikane twibuke ayo mateka kandi dukumire ibyayadusubizamo.
The genocide memorial at Nyanza Parish is a resting place of 4 priests, including Father Innocent Nyangezi, Father Calixte Uwitonze, Father Jean Birindwahandi, who was parish priest, and Father Mateo Ngirumatsi. However, across the other parishes, there are also memorials honoring priests and religious members who were victims of the genocide against the Tutsi. Yedithia Tuyisenge, PACIS TV.
From Nyanza to Kibeho, Christians who made pilgrimages at Kibeho express their gratitude to God because whenever they go there, they get answers to their prayers. News in detail. Christians who took part in the pilgrimages to Our Lady of Kibeho Shrine say that whenever they come there, they receive answers to the intentions they present to the Virgin Mary. They are therefore encouraging those who have never visited the shrine to make the journey and experience the blessings for themselves. Scholastic Nyirabashumba, a Christian from Regina Pacis Parish in the Archdiocese of Kigali, testifies that every time she has made a pilgrimages to Kibeho at the Shrine of Mother of the World from 1985 up to this year, 2026, none of intentions she entrusted to the Virgin Mary have gone unanswered.
Since 1985, I started coming here. I used to have problems of giving birth to premature babies. I came here and I prayed. In 1985, I asked Mother Mary a baby. That time around, I gave a birth successfully. Until now, that baby is a very good and intelligent kid.
Marie-Jeanne Akimana, one of the young people from Diocese of Butare, joining the testimony of this woman from the Archdiocese of Kigali, says that in the 8 times she had made a pilgrimage to Kibeho, there has never been a single occasion where she presented her intentions to the Virgin Mary and returned home empty-handed.
I come here before Mother Mary whenever I have problems and stresses. That time I came here and I ask Mother Mary to relax. And that moment I get answers to my prayers. Back in the time when I was at school, I used to come here and ask Mother Mary to pass my exam.
Them explained that because of the blessings and fruits they have received at Kibeho, they encourage others who have never been there to take the step and visit. They say they believe that the intentions people entrust to the Virgin Mary, they will not be disappointed.
I would like to call upon people to have faith. Whenever you come here with faith, nothing God cannot do for you.
Father Jean-Marie Vianney Nizeyimana, the spiritual director at the Shrine of the Virgin Mary in Kibeho, in a message addressed to Christians making pilgrimages and those who come to pray, urged them to remember that when they are guided by faith and led by Holy Spirit, they overcome Satan. In doing so, they receive answers to their prayers and intentions.
Satan may challenge you, but whenever you are guided by faith, led by Holy Spirit, you get answers. We must pray all the time. And those who don't pray, you must pray. Those who don't believe, you must believe. Because there is no other wonderful place you can find in this world.
Father Jean-Marie Vianney Nizeyimana also reminded the faithful that people who pray continually have a deep desire to seek God, and they are ones capable of bringing others closer to Him. He added that faith in the Lord alone can help them endure life's trials without losing hope. From Kibeho back to Kigali, Rwanda hosts the second edition of AG Pact Forum to discuss different justice matters across Africa and all over the world. News in detail. Rwanda is hosting the second edition of the AG Pact Forum, a meeting that brings together attorneys general, justice ministers, private sector representatives, and development partners from several African countries. Co-organized by the Rwandan government and the World Bank Group, this forum focuses on the role of the public-private partnerships in financing sustainable development. According to participants, more than 600 million Africans still live without access to energy, a major barrier to economic development, education, and healthcare services. The forum notably supports the Mission 300 initiative led by the World Bank and the African Development Bank, which aims to connect 300 million people to electricity by 2030. Speaking at the opening of the event, Rwandan Minister of Justice and Attorney General Emmanuel Ugirashebuja stressed that Africa's transformation can no longer depend solely on public funding. In his view, public-private partnerships are an essential solution for attracting investment, expertise, and innovation. Discussions also highlighted the importance of creating strong legal frameworks to reassure investors. The CEO of the Rwanda Development Board, Zongi Africa, noted that Rwanda is relying on transparency, digitalization of services, and administrative simplification to strengthen its economic appeal. Another major issue is managing disputes between states and investors. Experts emphasized that the need of effective mediation and arbitration mechanisms to ensure long-term investment stability. Beyond technical discussions, the forum aims above all to strengthen cooperation between African governments and international partners at a time when the continent is seeking to accelerate its growth and infrastructure development. For Rwanda, this meeting once again confirms Kigali's positions as a regional platform for economic and legal dialogue in Africa. In Kibeho, students are urged to have unity and compassion while at school and in their daily life. News in detail. The Vicar General of Bishop of the Diocese of Gikongoro, Eugene Dushimurukundo, and the Mayor of Nyaruguru District, Dr. Emmanuel Murwanashyaka, urged students to promote love and mutual support by prioritizing values that fight against evil. They made these remarks during the 32nd commemoration of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi held at GS Marie Merci Kibeho, Mère du Verbe Kibeho, and GS Saint Paul Kibeho schools in remembrance of former students, teachers, staff members, patients, and caregivers from Kibeho Health Center who were killed during the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. The leadership of Groupe Scolaire Mali Merci Kibeho, Groupe Scolaire Mère du Verbe Kibeho, Groupe Scolaire Saint-Paul Kibeho, and Kibeho Health Center commemorated former students, teachers, and support staff who were killed during the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, especially those murdered at GS Marie Merci by fellow students they studied with. Some current students from this school also stated that they must play a role in fighting against genocide, denial, and minimization of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda.
We as youth, we were not yet born during the time of genocide against the Tutsi, but we must learn from our history and make sure that what happened never happened again in Rwanda or everywhere in the world. On the 32nd commemoration of the genocide against the Tutsi, here at Merci Kibero, the former Tutsi students were killed by fellow students. We as youth, we must be good ambassadors by answering those who deny genocide. Eugene Dushimurukundo, speaking on behalf of the Bishop of the Diocese of Gikongoro, asked students in these schools to remember their fellow students who were killed by classmates during the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. He encouraged them to spread love and support one another by upholding Christian values which helped prevent evil. Genocide left us with a lot of lessons. We call upon you as youth to be characterized by love, unity, and supporting each other in everything you do. You must have friendship so that the compassion will be with you, even in responsibility the country will entrust you with. You must also hold on to the Christian values, prioritizing it so that you can fight against the evil. The mayor of Nyaruguru district, Dr. Emmanuel Murwanashyaka, also urged students, teachers, and school leaders and workers at Kibeho Health Center to eliminate divisions among themselves and promote love and brotherhood founded on the unity and resilience of Rwandans. Particularly for you, our children, I would like to remind you that you were born in a decent country, Rwanda, that is division-free, with no nepotism and discrimination. We request you to proceed preserving unity of Rwandans. You must work hard by studying and behave well and work together in the school. Every year on the 7th of May, more than 94 victims buried at Kibeho Memorial Site are commemorated. They include former students, teachers, and others who supported student welfare and who were killed at the Groupe Scolaire Marie Merci during the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, murdered by fellow students from the same school.
Well, after a short commercial break, we are coming back with the international news.
I wish I could leave my skin behind.
Icy'ingenzi ntabwo ari ukugira diplome ya kaminuza. Uyu munsi birahagije kuganira n'umuntu byonyine ukamenya ko yize muri kaminuza ibonetse yose cyangwa se ko yize muri kaminuza Gatolika y'u Rwanda, Catholic University of Rwanda, by'umwihariko mu ishami ryayo rya Kigali. Ubu abazi guhitamo neza batangiye kwiyandikisha muri Catholic University of Rwanda Kigali campus ikorera Nyamirambo. Abashaka kwiga mu mashami y'uburezi kwiyandikisha mu gihembwe kizatangira mu kwezi kwa gatatu, March intake, byaratangiye muri Postgraduate Diploma in Education PGDE. Ababiga muri weekend. Hatangwa kandi amasomo muri Department of Education in Sciences mu mashami ya Economics and Computer Science, Mathematics and Computer Science, Mathematics and Geography na Mathematics and Economics. Hari kandi Department of Education in Arts and Social Sciences mu mashami ya English and Kinyarwanda, English and French, French and Kinyarwanda, English and Kiswahili, Economics and Entrepreneurship, English and History, Economics and History na Economics and Geography. Uhitamo kwiga ku manywa cyangwa se mu biruhuko. Twakira kandi abanyeshuri bafite A1 muri education bakeneye gukomeza amasomo yabo ku rwego rwa A0. Iyandikisha unyuze kuri wa#CUR.AC.RW. Wanahamagara cyangwa ukandika ubutumwa kuri 07 83 18 86 26 cyangwa 07 33 21 46 78 cyangwa 07 88 52 41 wanandika email kuri curkigalcampus@gmail.com.
The only way to being found is getting lost.
Rero ugiye kutubwira impamvu zatumye uhitamo kuza gusaba akazi hano?
Bwa mbere nza gusaba akazi hano nari nabitekerejeho, mbabarire. murakoze mu by'ukuri numvaga mfite ubushobozi ndetse n'ubushake.
So kutiteguye bihagije ni ukutaryama neza. Rwanda Farm, le paradis du matelas.
Muri Gicurasi kuri Canal Plus wicikwa n'imikino y'indyankuriye, aho umwami wa Premier League azambikwa ikamba, FA Cup igahamya ubukaka bwayo, uwegukana Ligue 1 ahangwa imboni, Bundesliga yo ikimaka. Muri Liga mwaba muzi uzitwa igihangange cya Espagne. Naho ku ya 30 Gicurasi umunyabigozi andika amateka mu mukino wa nyuma wa UEFA Champions League. Kuko ugomba kubaho ibyiza bihora kugeza ku ya 31 Gicurasi. Gura bone musanzwe ugura wongereho ibihumbi 2 uhabwa amashani yose ya Canal Plus na DSTV English Plus. Gurira ku mucurizi wemewe no kuri Mobile Money.
Bakerarugendo namwe bashyitsi mugenda mu karere ka Muhanga no mu tundi turere two mu ntara y'Amajyepfo n'intara y'Iburengerazuba, namwe mwese mukeneye serivisi za hoteli, ni muze nimugera mu mujyi wa Muhanga mukomeze gato. Nimugera i Kabgayi murahasanga hoteli yiteguye kubakirana urugwiro. Iyo nta yindi ni Hotel Saint-Andre Kabgayi. Hotel Saint-Andre Kabgayi tugufitiye serivisi zitandukanye za bar na restaurant kandi zitanganywe ubuhanga n'icyubahiro ku mukiriya utugana. Tubafitiye kandi imikino itandukanye ifasha abatugana kuruhuka nka piscine wogera mukaruhuka mu mutwe, imyicungo igezweho abana bidagaduriramo bagataha banezerewe, tennis na table game bakunze kwita biyari, igisoro ndetse na volley ku mucanga bakunze kwita beach volley mukunda muri benshi nayo nitwayibagiwe. Ikindi nuko muri Hotel Saint-Andre Kabgayi twakira inama zitandukanye kuko tubafitiye ibyumba byiza by'inama utasanga ahandi, byaba bito ndetse n'ibishobora kwakira abantu benshi, ariko by'akarusho tukaba tubafasha no gukora inama mukoresheje ikoranabuhanga mu gihe mutari kumwe mu cyumba. Kubifuza serivisi za Ketari Hotel Saint-Andre Kabgayi, amafunguro n'ibinyobwa tubibagerezaho ku gihe. Tubafitiye ibyumba byiza byagutse biri mu byiciro bitandukanye, harimo n'ibyo bakunze kwita suite mu ndimi z'amahanga, ndetse byose ukaba ubibona ku giciro cyiza. Muri make ugeze muri Hotel Saint-Andre Kabgayi ahora yifuza kugaruka kubera uburyo yakiranye ubwuzu n'icyubahiro utasanga ahandi, kuko serivisi tuzitanga kinyamwuga kandi zishingiye ku ndangagaciro za Kiliziya. Ku bindi bisobanuro waduhamagara kuri telefone ziri kuri ekara yawe cyangwa ukatwandikira unyuze ku mbuga nkoranyambaga zacu zitandukanye. Hotel Saint-Andre Kabgayi, imfura mu mahoteli mu gutanga serivisi nziza inoze kandi ku gihe.
Well, welcome back to our international news. His Holiness Pope Leon XIV celebrates his first anniversary after his as the leader.
Year after his election to the papacy.
bafitiye ibyumba byiza byagutse biri mu byiciro bitandukanye harimo n'ibyo bakunze kwita suite mu ndimi z'amahanga ndetse byose ukaba ubibona ku giciro cyiza. Muri make ugeze muri hoteli Setandi Kabgayi ahora yifuza kugaruka kubera uburyo yakiranye ubwuzu n'icyubahiro bitasanga ahandi, kuko serivisi tuzitanga kinyamwuga kandi zishingiye ku ndangagaciro za kizizi. Ku bindi bisobanuro waduhamagara kuri telefone ziri kuri ekara yawe cyangwa ukatwandikira unyuze ku mbuga nkoranyambaga zacu zitandukanye. Hoteli Setandi Kabgayi, imfura mu mahoteli mu gutanga serivisi nziza inoze kandi ku gihe.
Well, welcome back to our international news. His Holiness Pope Leon XIV celebrates his first anniversary after his as the leader.
Year after his election to the papacy, Pope Leo has emerged a global religious leader strongly focused on peace, diplomacy, church reform, and support for vulnerable people. Celebrating the anniversary of his election on May 8, 2026, the Vatican reflected on 12 months marked by international travel, diplomatic initiatives, pastoral outreach, and effort to strengthen unity within the Catholic Church. Born in Chicago as Robert Francis Prevost, Leo became the first pope from the United States of America. However, this long missionary service in Peru shaped much of his pastoral identity, giving him a close ties to Latin America. During his first appearance after being elected, Pope has repeatedly spoke about peace, a theme that has remained central throughout his pontificate. Over the past year, Pope Leo has consistently appeared for an end to global conflict. He called for ceasefire in Gaza and Ukraine and urged world leaders to choose dialogue instead of violence. The Pope held meetings with Israel and Palestine, also engaged in conversation with Lebanese representatives. In significant diplomatic, Vladimir Putin reopened communication channels that has remained limited during the previous years. The Vatican say much of the Pope's diplomatic work has taken place quietly behind the scenes. Leo explained that the Church's mission is not political confrontation but encouraging peace and reconciliation. He even proposed the Vatican as a possible venue to negotiations between Russia and Ukraine, an idea welcomed by Ukraine but received cautiously by Russia. International travel because another defining feature to do of his first year. His first apostolic journey took him to Turkey and Lebanon, where he participated in celebration marking the 1700th anniversary of the Councils of Nicaea. In Lebanon, the Pope comforted communities affected by war, economic migration. Later, Pope Leo completed an extensive visit to Africa, traveling to Algeria, Cameroon, and Equatorial Guinea. During the tour, he addressed issues including poverty, justice, and human rights. In Cameroon, he called for peace in conflict-affected regions, while in Angola, he criticized the unequal distribution of wealth despite the country's vast oil and diamond resources. He also visited prisons and encouraged government to protect human dignity, support social development. Young people played an important role during the Pope's first year, particularly during the Jubilee of Youth celebration in Rome. More than 1 million young people attended the event. His appearance among crowds of young Catholics strengthened his image as Pope closely connected to ordinary people. As Pope Leo begins his second year as a leader of Catholic Church, attention is already turning toward 14 international visits, including a planned trip to Latin America as well as the public of his first encyclical.
Thank you very much for being with us today in PACIS and TV News in English Weekly. But before we go to the end, let's go back to the top stories. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, undertakes a working visit to Botswana. In Nyanza district, Christians are reminded the significance of commemoration of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. Rwanda hosts the second edition of AG Pact Forum to discuss different justice matters across Africa. In international news, His Holiness Pope Leon XIV celebrates his first anniversary as the leader of Catholic Church all over the world. Thank you very much once again for being with us on PACIS TV. I am Benjamin Kwizera. Have a nice weekend.
PACIS TV, the #1 Catholic television in Africa.
PACIS TV, ta vie renouvelée en Jésus-Christ.
Ndugu wapendwa watazamaji wa televisheni ya kanisa la Katoliki nchini Rwanda, hamjambo. Ninategemea kwamba mnaendelea vizuri, mnazidi kusonga mbele kwa upendo wa Mwenyezi Mungu, mnazidi kumheshimu kwa sababu aliwapa busara. Aliwapa busara na hekima. Ninarudi